Welcome back, Pokemon fans, to another installment of Climbing the Pokemon Unite Ladder with me, your humble host, the Thick Boy, the Golden State Kings. First off, you might notice the game is a little shorter than other videos we've done this series. Currently Adobe, for some reason, is having a little bit of an issue, so only 2 games. But there should still be some interesting games, and hopefully, I say hopefully a lot, and it'll get us through. Before we get too far into it, guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, so you know we upload consistently. We're on the road to 1K. And remember, if we reach that 1K by the end of summer, Isaac has a very special gift for the members of the channel. If you want to see that video, join us for the ride. So, as you can already guess, I am playing as the Sword Doggo Sword Pupper Zacian. Or Zacian, whichever you prefer to call it. You know, tomato. Currently running a build of... Well, actually, first I should probably mention that. I had remember in the Miaskarada video, someone did comment they want the build. So currently for Zacian, you have to run their specific item in the Rusty Sword, because Zacian is very special. You only have 2 item slots. So we are running the Muscle Band, and we are running the Amulet Coin, the new item that once you defeat a wild Pokemon, you gain extra AOS energy. And the reason for Zacian that matters a lot is Zacian's special ability, which allows it to basically... The best way to describe this for Zacian is, if you remember Street Fighter 4, or Ultra Street Fighter 4, how you could use part of your meter to enhance moves, Zacian can take some of its own AOS energy and then put it into its focus attacks. I.e. its attacks that we're using right now. So currently we're running a build of Sacred Sword and Play Rough. For our items, we are, like I said, Amulet Coin and the Muscle Band. As for emblems, I'm going 6 brown for increasing special physical attack. 5 white, because one of the better ones I have is a pink, which is Zacian's emblem, which is pink, which is his physical attack. So as you see, I use agility to get in there, and then play rough, and then sacred sword. So as you see, this game is actually going pretty good for us. We are hitting it very well. Having a very dominant and very good lane phase, which is kind of interesting. I usually don't get laning phases this smooth with Zacian, just because I like to go in. And now we use Zacian's Unite move, which is basically a huge sword. It does a lot of damage to opponent, especially if I think they're in midair or doing their Unite moves. And it eats up a lot of your AOS energy. So, weirdly enough, Zacian is not a Pokemon I recommend scoring a lot with. If anything, you're more the Pokemon that's kind of going in and getting a lot of attacks done, and like gaining energy, and then using that energy to go back into your own moves. That's kind of the give and take of Zacian. I know it sounds weird, because you would expect to use moves, your AS energy to score, kind of helping out how the game works. But no, you'd rather use your energy for your enhanced attacks. What do we do? You see, you use agility. Also, when you have an enhanced attack and use a basic attack, your basic attacks actually are improved damage-wise. I know a lot to think about when you think about a doggo, but Zacian's a good doggo. Also, am I the only one who didn't know Zacian was a girl the whole time? Basically, all those good boy jokes kind of weird, but whatever. Zacian is still probably good. As for why I like Zacian, okay, for like I said, hey, I'm biased and I like dogs. Zacian, I like the sword. Oh no, the leg. And we're good. But yeah, for a while I was actually very not wanting to play Zacian because of the community at the time Zacian came out. And full transparency, at the time Zacian came out, it was a broken mess of a Pokemon that was basically you either played it or you didn't play the game at all. But you had to. Like, I mean, it's not like, it's like you had to do it. It isn't, I can win without it. Nah, you're better off playing it if you had access to it. And the way you had access to it was a free event. Zacian actually was free, but you wanted to get it quicker. So you use agility, or play rough into Sacred Sword. And we got the Regieleki here. And was going to take out this Altaria and Swablues, because again, I like having that nice AOS energy for enhanced attacks. I'm going to go around underneath and start charging my Unite move. We almost KO the Blastoise, but we get it anyway? No, we get these. No, we don't get these. Wait, do we get this? I don't remember. And then we're just doing enough damage to the Cinderace. And it almost KOs us. But we survive. I will survive. And now I'm like, where am I going to go? I mean, I have enough Eos energy to do whatever I really want. And he's already level 14. And this game is already in the final 2 minutes of the game. So, I guess this is a pretty dominant fashion. We're not winning by a ton. It says huge lead, but it's 115 points. And in this final, point of the game, that can change with like one 50-point score. But the enemy team has no interest in going after Ray. Fine. So me and the Zeraora, or me and the Absol, take it out being absolutely flawless. If you ever seen Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Abridged, then you know what I'm going for on that one. I'm Zacian, and he's Absol, and we're absolutely flawless. And like really here's either just getting more KOs or getting more XP to score with. I really don't need any extra points, and like I really don't need to do much here. I decided, oh, you know what? Let's pad our stats of KOs, shall we? I think that's what I plan to do. I just plan to pad our stats. I mean, it's not a bad idea here. It's not a bad idea just to pad the stats of going for KOs. I use my Unite move. And I don't care if I die. I just want to see if I can take out one of the team before I die. And we don't. We die, but it's fine. There's less than 10 seconds left, and we won. And you see my count is 40 seconds, so that's pretty funny. So that was the first game, and now this is the second game. And I'll tell you this right now, this game does not happen like the first one. It is very much not like the first game. So as you can see, trying to get that laning phase going. We've already procced Amulet Coin, so now we're going to get a lot more Eos energy excuse me, for our attacks. And unfortunately, for some reason, my lane partner decides, I don't want to play the first couple seconds. I think they're mad about something. So I decided to quick attack. So yeah, any moves Zacian has, it can boost the attack. Now, that's why I'm trying to get as much of my own coins, or Eos points here. That's kind of how Zacian works. You want to get enough Eos energy to do damage. Now, unfortunately here, their jungler is Miraidon. Miraidon is not really the problem. It's the fact that this laning phase didn't really end up as smooth as I would have liked it to. I do take out the Mimikyu, but we get KO'd by that Miraidon's Electro Drift. Like, Miraidon is strong. Like, there's no doubt in that. Of course, legendary Pokemon are strong. Who would have guessed? But right now, it's trying to get back into this very... I wouldn't say... It's hard to describe. The way I was feeling it is that this is not losable as a lane phase goes. It's losable if, we let the enemy team get too much on us. And right now, it's really not the case. The levels are pretty even with, our Talonflame being the highest level Pokemon on the field, on the team. But, it's not where... I'm trying to come out of the way. Hold on. It's not like, oh, we are close to death as long as we don't play this game right. And I get KO'd again. It's fine. We're fine. We're fine. Everything is Daijobu. I said that as the score is 23-8, which, going into the first 3 minutes of the game being down isn't really bad. That's nothing. It's not bad. This is not unwinnable territory still. And I know there are some people who are like, oh, you already want to surrender at this point because, things the phase has not been going well. Because if you don't play Pokemon Unite, you kind of don't get how the phases, laning phase, all that work. So right now we're still in laning phase. We don't have... Our teams are not really focusing as much. And here I am trying to get the Reggie, and none of my team was there to help out. Which, it's another day in Pokemon Unite, team not helping out. Why am I not surprised at this point? But, I'm still trying to figure out what to do. I don't want to lose this phase, our goal, too much. But I also don't want to feed. And I die, and I realize, okay, this is going to start getting to the point where if we feed the enemy team too much, it's not looking good. So I decided I need to at least get a little bit of Eos energy just to get going. So I did this one ball toy, and I'm deciding, do I go bottom path? I take this because the Talonflame left, which is fine. And I'm debating going up. Miraidon's there, and I'm thinking, yeah, let's just go up. because we need to figure this out. We need to kind of reset. So I think I'm still running player for. I think we're running agility. I think we're running player still. And I get trapped by a few moves and just get hit by like everything right there. So this is a game where I'm not playing my best game anyway. Like, and that's the following thing. Like, this game is going to be interesting considering how it goes. Like, you can play poorly, like most of the game, but as long as you kind of pick it up and where you figure things out, you'll do fine. Like, you will do fine. Like, look, I'm trying to get enough, but unfortunately, I don't have enough strength to KO the Miraidon. If I had KO'd the Miraidon, not only would the Miraidon's KO counter been much longer, it would have given me a much higher XP. We're down about 54 points. So, yeah, 54 points. Okay, 14 points now. Pretty good. But we're not fighting together. We're not uniting for this. But it's like, right now, I just need to kind of focus on getting the objectives, getting our team to a better position. And leveling up using the Reggie is the best idea right now. At least to me it is. And I see the enemy team that way, and I'm like, I'm just going to hug the wall for like a second. I get hit by the Mimikyu Unite move, and I hit my own Unite move, and then die to everything. Like I said, not the most polished gameplay, I will admit. But again, what I'm also showing off here is, this is a very bad scenario. But we got a KO there. And when I say bad scenario, I mean in the sense of, it's not optimal. I'm not showing off, hey, if 25 KO game or a 20 KO game. I'm showing off, hey, this is a game that's, tough, but not unwinnable. We're down by 112 points, or 122 points. And that may seem unwinnable, but remember how Unite's end of the game abilities work, how much points you gain in the last 2 minutes. So it's not unwinnable, it's just going to take a lot of teamwork together. So here we go. I'm thinking as long as we fight together and we're doing all right, we'll be able to handle this up. And I get totally mollywopped right there, but a lot of the teams go down. And I'm waiting for my reset, and I'm like, oh boy. If our team goes down here, which it looks like it's about to, we're basically losing this game. And it feels like that. We're feeling like we're going to lose. So I'm like, all right. Leroy Jenkins, and I'm going to run, gain some XP, and then I'm going to use Unite move, KO, and Sacred Sword for the steal of the Ray. Well, Talonflame steals it, but basically, and then the surrender. Now, when I said that game was not going to end how you expected it, that's not how I expected it to end, based on the laning phases and how it went. But there we go. We pulled it out. We pulled it out of the hat. Well, guys, that was our I can't talk because that game did not end the way I thought it would. Well, guys, that was our segment of climbing the Pokemon Unite ladder. If you want to see more, the season's ending today as of recording, or at least in a few days. So I'll try to get some image recording, or if not, I'll just wait until the new season drops and then play the new Pokemon then. See how the balance changes feel. With all that being said, I'm Michael the Golden State Kings, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye now.